Hello everybody, my name is Amanamelo and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. Now then, I think from what I remember, I think I already did the most of Metro Kingdom for the block since it's already gone and most, as what you can see, is all gone. So I'm just going to be using the Hit Toad, see what I can get through there. Just going to do a whole bunch of times, so I'm just going to be pressing A lot. But, man, I'm just not finding the right words to say anything today. I just seem troubled. I guess that's what happens after you make 3 dang walking sticks in one night and then trying to get recordings out the next day. So, yeah, you obviously will be tired, but it's just my hobbies just getting in the way of things. Just my own hobbies. My multiple hobbies just making me tired, but at least it keeps me busy. At least it does. I mean, it's good. It's better than just doing nothing at all. Hold on. It's better than just doing nothing at all and just sitting around. So it's good that I do have hobbies, and for me making walking sticks, at least I do sell it, so at least it's a worthwhile hobby that will get me money. Not as much money as a job or a part-time job. Maybe a part-time job in the future. But for now, it's just a hobby, and that's gonna be until I find out a method of which to make it, a whole lot easier to make. Because right now, it's the main problem for my walking sticks is that the whole sanding process is easy. If I'm dedicated, I can get a walking stick done in an hour and a half. If I do the sanding right and I get everything ready. But the whole process that's long is the one beforehand. And that's the whole, that's the whole, what is it? It's the whole getting all the branches off, making everything flat, so that way it's ready for sanding. That's the part that takes the longest. Unless I have 50 grit sandpaper, that's the part that I have to take the longest, is getting everything all flat, getting everything all ready for sanding, getting all the bark off, getting all the branches off. That's the part that takes the longest. Sometimes it doesn't take long at all. Sometimes it only takes a few minutes, and then I can start right away on doing the sanding. Sometimes it's that easy, but other times not so much. It takes a very long, but for now, what has also been on my mind after I finish my walking sticks is I want to rework on my own personal 3 walking sticks. And right now I'm just talking about my own stuff, but my own personal 3 walking sticks, the reason why I want to remake them is because those were the first, one of the first 3 walking sticks that I made when I got back into making walking sticks. And because of that, the last time I made walking sticks before that was 3 years or more. Like almost more than 3 years since the last time I made walking sticks. So you can imagine that they don't look the best. Yeah, they don't look the best. They have a whole lot of splintery spots on them. And my skills with the walking sticks are immensely better now. But I don't want to walk around with them. I mean, I love the walking sticks, but if I see anybody that will be interested, it'll just seem like, oh, this is the skill with your walking sticks. If your walking sticks that you carry with you all the time don't look that great, then I guess the way you make them aren't that great. Which is why I keep them in my room most of the time. Just I don't carry them around, and the other walking sticks I make are of much higher quality. But I'm thinking, now that I got a Dremel, which is like a little device that's kind of like a drill, but it's more for easy on. It's kind of like a little drill, but you can add different bits, and it acts differently to the point that it is fine if you press something against it on the side of something that spins very fast. So it's nothing too troubling. So right now, what I'm trying to figure out is that I got this gloss remover on my... what's this guy doing here? Hold on. Hi, you again. We met in Sand King, remember? Or don't you? Either way, nice to bump into you. Best we part ways. The people you meet, here's a gift, friend. Okay. That's neat. But yeah, I tried getting this thing called gloss off, called the crud cutter, the crud remover or something, called the crud cutter. I got it for Amazon for about like just $7. I didn't really care about the price for it because I get like $40 for every walking stick I sell. It's not really that much, but it's enough for my own hobby and to continue my own hobbies of what I do, like for YouTube, for gaming, and for making walking sticks. So I don't really mind the fact that me doing one hobby enables me to do others. But the main thing that I wanted to do for the whole, trying to make... Hold on. Gosh dang, I almost had it. But yeah, the whole making walking stick thing, right now what I want to do more than anything is to just... I've made already a good amount of walking sticks for the next for a good while, but what I want to be doing later on, well, more of before I do a whole big project with my family, because we plan on redoing our whole yard. I plan on, oops, that I died. We plan on fixing up our whole backyard, making it look like an actual yard, making it look pretty. Our front yard is already done and all that. But we just need to do a whole lot of work with our backyard. And we're going to do that on like the 1st of May. But before we do that, I wanted to finish some other projects. Do as much recording as I can for YouTube. So that way my hobby won't get in the way of work and I won't get distracted. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll have time at the end of the day. But I wanted to have enough time to focus on the project. So that way I don't stress myself out on... doing the project and then doing my hobbies. So I wanted to finish a few things before the project was done. So I wanted to finish them, but it's a bit of a process as it's been, because recording isn't always easy for me. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not in the mood for talking. I find hard topics to talk about. Like the past 3 episodes before here, I had a hard time talking about it because every time I start on episodes, it's very hard for me to start whenever I get back into recording again. It's always hard. Like, it's not hard as in the sense that it's hard to do it. It's hard as in I don't know what the frick to talk about for the first few episodes, so it just feels awkward. And so whenever I start, I want to try to get as much recordings as I can. So, gosh darn it. Well, let's try to focus on some other moons to get. But, yeah, what I was trying to get at was for the whole walking sticks and what I want to do, what I'm trying to do to help recreate them, is that I was trying to remove the gloss, but the way that this gloss remover, the crud cutter, I can't exactly remember what it's called, the way it's working isn't exactly the way that I had anticipated. So, I'm gonna probably just use the Dremel, which is basically like a little Mindy electrical sander, but just on a little fast spinning wheel is what it's on at the end, like a little drill bit is what it's like, but it's not an actual drill that I'm using it on. It's like a device for it called a Dremel, so that'll help out a lot. And hey, I heard that you can actually break these. Let me see if you can. Oh. Don't break it. Ah, jeez, that is just funny. Okay, I think that's enough of poking at the man, at the nice man who I broke that expensive toy car. But yeah, what I was trying to do. Oh gosh, darn it! I need to time that better. But yeah. What was I talking about again? Was the whole getting the gloss off, because I wouldn't mind if it was just like regular sticks, but the sticks that I want to remake are very special. One of them was just plain driftwood that I got from the ocean, so, and it looks like a pretty awesome stick. The inside of it kind of rotted, so it looks all black on the inside from one part. Gosh darn it! No! Ah! I almost had it! Ugh. But, yeah, the inside of it is almost rotted away. but I was able to make it all look good because when I found it as driftwood, most of it was rotted away, so there was really already no saving it from the beginning. Well, there was saving it, I just needed to get a whole lot of rotten bark off of it, so that's one thing I needed to change very fast. There we go, just don't take that big jump and ruin it in the end. But I wanted to fix it up, and I did. That was that was the stick that actually got me back into making walking sticks. But now that whenever I look back on it now, and yeah, it did get me back into it, but I see a whole lot of mistakes that I made, and I really want to fix the mistakes I made on that. And not just that one, the 2 other sticks that I worked on when I got back into working on walking sticks. So I really want to make these walking sticks look the best they can, so that way I don't feel ashamed about bringing them around with me. I mean, I love them and I love bringing them around. It's just that I'm afraid that people will think that, oh, this is the extent of your skill. And I don't want them to think that, because I want to be able to sell them and continue this hobby to be able to get at least a little bit of money out of it every now and then. Because just selling one stick gets me like $40, and that's a bit of money. And I've actually been able to sell them quite a bit. And the main problem for me isn't the whole selling part. The moment I pretty much sell them, it doesn't take long for the moment. No, not the moment I make them is the moment that I pretty much sell them. So what I'm trying to do now is pretty much trying to figure out new methods on trying to recreate them. But I want to, of course, recreate my 3 walking sticks before I lose all my time. I think I already did this right here. So what else is there in the plaza? It says there's something way over here in the plaza. Well, there's a pot right here for a seed. I just need to find a seed. Okay, it says that there's something right here. Oh, I think I can guess what's right here. It'll bring me to a new area, won't it? Yeah, it'll bring me to a new area. But, yeah, the whole, that's the whole thing that I'm worried about, is whether or not I can make them fast enough. That is, if I want to ever make it a part-time job. I don't need to make them fast enough if I want to keep it as a hobby, but I'm thinking that the rate that I sell them, if I'm fast enough, and if I make them and I'm able to sell them, which I do sell them pretty well the moment that I make them, I'm really considering on trying to make them a very new like a product that I can sell online. I'm trying to figure out the way at which to sell them online, because the whole delivering process is also an issue too, since I'd have to figure out a way of how to get walking sticks into the whole delivery process, which that is just another problem in itself. But I'm trying to consider on whether or not I could just get people who'd be willing to collect it up within a 60-mile radius, which I hear, which, if anything, there are 2 big cities between where I live, which are only like less than 40 minutes away. So there isn't too much issue of me being too far away. I just need to be more careful on. I just need to be careful on how I do it, is the thing. So I need to just be mindful on how I do, on the method on which I choose it to be, so that way. But the most important thing is I'm trying to figure out new techniques in order for it to become, you know, a lot easier to make. Because I already know ways of where to find the sticks. That's not a problem. Because the small towns that I live nearby, they never pick up their branches from their storms, so I'm not worried about that. So I don't have that issue there. So I just need to find another way of how to make them faster is my solution. So that's just the whole thing that I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, I am trying to sell them, but the whole delivering them, that's a whole other just problem that I'm not going to be dealing with right now. Right now, I'm just trying to see if I can get them near in the area so far. Not really trying to worry about, like, oh, whether or not I even have the means to sell them, because I do have the means to sell them. I just need to find a way of which to, you know, Hold on. Let me see if I can try to get this. Hold on. I got this here. Got this here. Just need to get back up and go around. Just need to get back up. Go around. Go right here. There we go. Got it. But yeah, that's just the whole thing that I'm just worried about. Whether I can make them fast enough. But I wouldn't be the end of the world if I wasn't able to make it my part-time job. It'd be neat, but then there'd be the whole issue of how to make them fast enough, and that's either that or either I make them fast enough or increase the pricing of them. But I think $40 is more than enough for the walking sticks I make. I mean, I make them at a pretty good quality. But I still don't think that my walking sticks, as of right now, are still worth more than $40 at the moment. Okay. But yeah, that's all the time I got for this episode, guys. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.